Hello everybody, welcome back to another Topical Tuesday. This is where we take a look at the posts on the Lost Ark subreddit over the last week and see what's popping. I do know we got a couple cool popping things this week. I assume it'll be on the top. Let's take a look here. I haven't actually looked at this myself. What do we got here? 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 Ah, yes. The KR broadcast. Here we go. So, they had a live stream in Korea a couple days ago. These are the keynotes of the broadcast. There's an actual solution to resolving the Thamine Gate 5 time stop mechanic that doesn't use old time stop pots. Don't know what this means. I'm not sweaty enough to know what that means. Don't care. What I do care about, solo raids are coming to Korea in the summer, starting from Valton all the way to Voldis. This is very good. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Servo transfer tickets are coming in the future. A gate or two of Voldis will be removed, not sure which. I've seen the numbers, either 1 or 3 floating around. I wish I'd just get rid of 2, but hey, what do I know? All else is menial. We're looking into it, or we'll change X yapping / shrug. Okay, thank you, Tinderfallen39, for the keynotes. I'm gonna keep scrolling, though. Solo content starts with Vault and all the way up to Ivory. This is very good. It is my understanding that you get materials that you would get for progression. So I'm talking like wings from Vicus. I'm talking like horns or fucking bones, I think. I can't even remember what Valton drops. I think it's bones. Bones from Valton. I guess you get elixirs from Ivory Tower. The thing that I care the most about is getting gold from these. Getting gold from solo raids is so good. Did they confirm even Brel in a con solo? Yes, he said all raids between Valton and Ivory. I haven't been keeping up what exactly are the solo content. Will they take the spot of one of the 3 gold earning dungeons per week? Or are they currently completely separate? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I mean, I hope they replace the fucking gold earning raids, because I'm not trying to do, in theory, my raids and then my solo raids. That sounds miserable, dude. Like, actually miserable. So I'm hoping that it will replace the ability to do the raid. You know, takes your gold earning entry. But we'll see. What does this mean? You can go on any raid solo with the same mechanics. Are they going to make the raids easier and have a solo version? In theory, the same mechanics, but simplified so a single person should do them. Solo content on item level will probably be harder than 8-man content, but that would be fine since we have all the low-level content anyways. And then, yeah, you missed deleting gate or 2 from Voldis. He added it. I do not think it's going to be gate 1. Hopefully they remove gate 2. That's what I'm saying, dude. I hope they remove gate 2. Gate 2 is the fucking worst. I hate it. By far. Gate 1 through gate 3 are all fair game to get removed, probably while they're still discussing. Gate 1, the easiest and most forgettable gate, has unique mechanics with the plants, but mostly very boring. Mostly very boring, can be removed. Sorry, I got logged out of Lost Ark and I was like, what the hell? Why'd I get DC'd? Fucking, they DC'd me out here, brothers. But what's new? Always get DC'd on fucking Lost Ark. I'll just relaunch it, because why not? That being said, can be removed in the same vein as Kaya Gate 1. At the same time, Brel Gate 1 is still around. The blocker gate for pugs and low-skill players, it's a parser's heaven and most unique gate of the 3, but Smilegate have historically removed gates that have been an impediment towards progression. Gate 2 is easily that similar to Gate 1 Vicus and Gate 2 Brel Procol. You have to remember that Ivory Tower in Korea is no longer part of the 3 latest in-game raids, opening it up to just getting nerfed. The Bloods mechanic combined with janky implementation of the Shackles made a huge roadblock to progression. Gate 3, if Valton and Zombie Phase at Con had a baby, there are very few unique things about this raid. 145 bar mechanic is right for miscommunication. Slow moving, big target dummy, and people really like that. I just think Gate 2 is fucking annoying. Like, it's poorly designed. Like, is it really that unique? You pick up blood, you do big damage with the blood? Is that, like, unique? I mean, I guess? I don't know. My guess is they remove Gate 1 and nerf a couple things in Gate 2, Gate 3. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Bum. TLDR image. Oh, that's funny. No more endgame content until summer. And this is Korea summer. Voldis Gate will be deleted. Get elixirs on solo progression. They want to nerf difficulty of elixirs and Transcendence. They want to fix engravings and accessories for making balance changes. They're also using DPS meter lull, but found different values from NA despite similarities on some aspects. No extension on Thema in the first mode. Nothing groundbreaking. 4 out of 10. I mean, I think solo gold raids is kind of pretty lit. I guess it just depends on the reward scaling. I mean, the reward scaling is what matters the most. But who really knows, I guess. The classes are very balanced, guys. The West just has environmental factors to account for. I love fucking at memes. A body is a machine that turns atropenes into clear failed. I've done this many times, especially on fucking Gate 2 of Voldis. I'll be the first to say it. Nice, my Lost Ark's reopening. Just gotta complain a little because this was shitty to do. It's not the end of the world, but man, I join in a con raid, wait 15 minutes for them to start because they're switching characters and doing whatever else. Finally start, they take another 5 minutes to start Gate 1 because one of them is AFK. Get over halfway through the gate, they vote to quit, back out to main menu and say, hey, we're kicking you, our friend is joining instead. Legit, like, they're 20-30 minutes of my time just gone from them dragging feet just to kick me without even attempting to finish the gate. Like I said, I know it's not the end of the world, but goddamn, it's just so damn disrespectful. Yeah. Kinda shitty, man. Kinda shitty. Probably dodged a bullet, to be honest. Real and true, honestly. Yeah. Been on both sides of this before, but I've never seen someone being kicked after you've already entered. Yeah, that's fucking wild to me. Like, at a certain point, you just gotta be like, hey, bro, you can go to the next one. But it is a shitty situation overall. Block each of them involved and move on. When your death note finally drops, you can add them to the list. So true. People don't care about anyone's time except their own. That's what I'll know. That's what I do know. What else do we got here on the top? Dear AGS, a quick guide to see how you're doing at combating real money trading. Hello, this isn't really for the users, but it's more for the AGS interns who might look at Reddit on their break. As we all know, no one in AGS actually plays the game, so I thought I'd help them out with a guide since they also proudly say that they're combating RMT. Refer to images. Number 1, open the market, go to auction house, go under accessory and select all. Click recent prices and sort by sale price. Number 3, oh wow, an expertise ring sold for 10 million gold only a few days ago. I wonder what that could be. Let me know if you want my resume and maybe I'll contact Maxroll to create more guides for you. And we got a picture guide. Couple 10 million sales. I mean, those are probably really good relic rings. That's the thing you don't understand. They're probably really good rings, and that's why they sold for 10 mil. That's just the fact. The flow looks good. Fuck you. That's almost 3,000 real money. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, bro. They can't ban without a new base build. Shut the fuck up. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I do wish they would do something, but hey. They are interesting. They are interesting. Thoughts about the Transcendence system. Let's take a look here. TLDR, Transcendence is still an RNG system. Yeah, I mean, every system in this game is RNG, right? Though less layers of RNG than elixirs, just as time-consuming. More expensive gold sinks until you'll usually min-max Transcendence, but often settle for the first 40-set elixir you get without optimizing much further. In a little over a week, the Transcendence system will be releasing in the West. Lost Ark Nexus already has a full guide detailing what Transcendence is and what to expect down to the detail. Some personal thoughts on Transcendence and how it compares to things like elixirs. It's easy to see why people would say they hate elixirs because they're so time-consuming, RNG, and a large mandatory part of your power. You have a little more control over elixirs than ability stones or bracelets, which are even more random, but it's just so much more time-consuming for what's considered standard for endgame players that it's easy to get annoyed by elixirs. Whereas the other systems are quickly done and forgotten after. It's also still out of your control even if you make the right choices, so looking forward to them nerfing elixirs to make them easier. I didn't mind the journey of getting 40 set, but optimizing lines afterwards is a pain in the ass. Transcendence is different in some ways, but can still be an RNG nightmare at times because the cards you are dealt each attempt are random. Sometimes no matter what move you make, you might not be able to succeed at a 3-star the minigame and have to reset the board and try it again. It's a really good idea to learn when to just abandon an attempt immediately rather than finishing the current one, since that still counts towards the pity count. Sometimes you're just at the mercy of drawing a good starting hand just to stand a chance. Funny enough, the last boards of Transcendence are notably fairer than the ones in the middle due to the number of turns they give you, so the difficulty of these minigames aren't even linear. There's 2 silver linings when it comes to Transcendence worth mentioning. The first is that unlike elixirs, there is a pity system, but like all of the other pity systems that do exist in Lost Ark, it takes forever to kick in. The second is that normal Theamine gives the same materials to unlock Transcendence as hard Theamine, just half the amount. So even if you can't go 1630 for a long time, you can farm the time-gated mat until you're ready to hit 1630 and then use them all at once. It's still needed to clear hard mode gate 2 and 3 at least once though to unlock the Transcendent stages beyond the 3rd. This is per character. I did this on 3 characters and it took a little under 5 months to gather all the time-gated mats for a full Transcendence doing only normal mode until advanced honing from Echidna's raid before going to 1630. That's a long time, though you stop thinking about it after a while since you're just doing normal mode, which is a really low damage check anyways. Each character I finished Transcendence on took around 500k to 800k gold, depending on if I min-maxed it or not, for a few decimals of extra damage. It's a lot of gold, though keep in mind once you reach 1620 or 1630, you're done honing for a while since Echidna is also that item level, the next raid in the summer. They mentioned Transcendence will be nerfed / made easier again as well, which will likely lower the cost. This will be the second time the system was nerfed since its introduction. As for how much stronger you get, for the armor Transcendence nets a damage increase of 16 to 19% depending on your item level. The higher your item level, the less it's worth since it's flat value. The weapon adds another 7% damage or so later on. It's reasonable to min-max this system, unlike other systems. Hard to go over 11 to 12% on a bracelet, hard to get a 9-7 stone, hard to get perfect quality, hard to make perfect 5-5 elixir on all slot. So some people might like that since those extra min-max bits add up. But unfortunately, due to being a generally more accessible to achieve and having high impact on your character's damage profile, Transcendence became a fairly common gatekeeping criteria. Usually this is because it's automatically implied someone 1630 or higher has decent gems, engravings, and 40 set, but they may have started Transcendence late. It's easy to get passed up for someone else that's completed most or the entire Transcendence in lieu of that. That mainly affects 1630 plus lobbies for Theamine Hard after a few months. But I've seen it impact voldis lobbies too, since that remains a gold raid for high-level characters until Behemoth comes out. Lost Ark has so many vertical progression systems, and I can't imagine a new player not getting overwhelmed. If you're a long-time player, it probably wasn't as bad because you were induced to these systems one at a time as you started. But someone new who gets catapulted to high item level immediately has so many systems to read up on, and they all impact damage in a significant way. Many of these things, like the impact of level 11 to 12 skills, tripods, cards in their collection, so on and so forth, aren't well conveyed to new players, leading people to have underdeveloped characters, especially in the 1540 to 1600 range, and sometimes beyond that. This compounds heavily with a lack of uptime knowledge and can cause underperformance in ways that a Mokoko can't easily diagnose on their own. It'd be nice if they simplified character building in the future, or at bare minimum offer better guidance to beginners in many of these systems that aren't immediately highlighted by what's offered by the Super Mokoko Express. Honestly, this is a really well thought out post, and I completely agree with like the majority of it, aside from like the Transcendent specific things because I don't know, but things like this where the systems are just fucking overwhelming, yes, agree. I guess Smilegate didn't learn that people don't want to spend 20 minutes per attempt with their RNG power increase systems to get a shitty result. True. This time it's disguised as a mobile game instead of a pachinko machine. I love that. And by that I mean I hate it. These systems suck. There should not be an RNG system in raid progression. All it has done is create another big point of gatekeeping. Nothing worse than raiding to get your materials, spend a bunch of gold, and get absolutely nowhere. At least with every other raid, you can calculate when you'd have a full set, etc. It was one of very, very, very few non-RNG ways to upgrade your character. They get compared to stones and bracelets, but there's a massive difference. They are both found pretty much everywhere and quite easy to get something usable. Like cutting stones, it's super easy to get a usable stone, like very, very easy. Getting better mostly would just save gold on your build, and then you get super lucky and it's a minor DPS increase. But no one is keeping over a 9-7 because of the difficulty to get it versus the luck it takes to get. Similar to bracelets, if you have a high 2 stat and something else on it, that's decent enough. Trying to explain elixirs and now Transcendence to a new player is a lot on top of learning that there are many, many other layers. Yes, true. True. Adding more onto the ton that we already have is just not it, I don't think. The only progression system that was good and simple was the set upgrades, Clown Kaya. Also, KR had so much time to amass a lot of gold, while Global didn't. Leads to significantly more complaints from our side. True. One of the biggest issues with this game is the amount of RNG progression we have. Yeah, I think there's a lot of it, and maybe too much of it, some would say. Lost Ark has so many vertical progression systems, I can't imagine a new player not getting overwhelmed. Yes. Cannot agree more. At this point, we have too many different power gains, and instead of reworking things like engravings, they just keep adding more and more stuff. I occasionally see people with unrolled bracelets in the 50 and 40 range, but that's where things are still tame. How can such a player understand elixirs and Transcendence later on? A rework or even reset is needed in my opinion. By the way, I haven't heard anything from Behemoth. Isn't there something to gain from him? Behemoth unlocked the Transcendence system, but for the weapon slot from Theamine, you only Transcendence on armors. Interesting. Well, I think that's it. I think that's a good spot to be in this week. I'll see you guys all in the next one, whenever that may be. Overall, I'm excited about solo raids, especially the solo gold portion. We will see what it ends up looking like when we get it, though. Thank you guys for hanging out, as always, spending some time with me. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!